Andrea put a challenge out there to all our viewers to be creative with Vital's soy sauce and all its variants of flavor. Now, the challenge is this. The recipe that you create has to be nutritious and delicious. The prize on the line is for you to come on our show and cook your recipe live. And Andrea has her own recipe that she's brought in. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good. So what do you have for us today?
Well, talking about recipes, you know, this is not my own recipe. I often run out of ideas. But thanks to Facebook, I ask people for ideas and lots of people share recipes, and this one was kindly shared by the folks at Pesto Princess.
Lovely.
And it is a vegetable tart using the soy sauce to roast little tomatoes. So it's a nice and interesting way, and I'd love to see some interesting recipes from the viewers as well.
So this all incorporates the different elements that you want to see in an ideal recipe out there if people are submitting it. You want to see creativity, you want to see flavor, most importantly, and health, right? It's got to be healthy.
Delicious and nutritious.
Yeah. Oh, wow, just trademark that. Okay, so what are we doing with this?
Okay, so what you do is you preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
And then you do two things at the same time. You bake a piece of pastry like this. So you've just cut out a piece of the flaky pastry, and with a butter knife draw a square on it.
Okay.
And then you bake it for 15 minutes. And at the same time, while that's baking, the other thing that you do is you roast the tomatoes.
Okay. All right.
So you take these cocktail tomatoes, put them in a little roasting dish, and you add some Vital chili flavored soy sauce.
Brilliant.
This one gives a nice bite to it.
And as we said, I mean, that already has, I mean, the tomatoes themselves already have a bit of salt in them, a little bit of.
That's right. You'll see, nowhere in this recipe do I make use of salt.
Very interesting.
Because it's not necessary, because there's so much flavor going on. The pesto, the tomatoes contain salt, the soy sauce is packed with flavor.
And I'll be the judge of that at the end of this to see whether the flavor is there. Okay.
That's right.
Bit of olive oil goes in there as well.
Okay, so you mix this so that the tomatoes are just sort of coated, and you can put that under the grill in the oven.
Okay.
So that goes for 15 minutes. So at the same time as your pastry goes in, your little tomatoes are roasted.
Beautiful.
But you know that we sort of have little fairies behind the scenes that pre-do things for us.
Sprinkle some TV magic dust.
Yes. So here we've got our roast tomatoes, so they look delicious.
So after you've left them in the grill for a little while, right?
Yes,
so
15
you obviously
minutes.
monitor them 15 minutes.
That's right, yes.
Okay.
So the same time as the pastry takes.
Okay.
Now what you do now is the pastry is very simple. You just flatten the center part for your filling.
I was about to say, it looks like a pie.
Yes, and you know how I feel about pies. So this is an idea to... I really think that they're not the healthiest foods on the earth. So this is a way to transform it to a healthy pie.
Even you were so nice about that. I was like, oh,
I wanted to say something else.
Okay, yes, pies aren't the healthiest in the world. Okay.
I know they're delicious, but they can be healthy as well. So now the ingredients, we take the this is the rocket and walnut pesto from Pesto Princess. You can also use basil pesto.
Beautiful.
And you put some generous amounts of that.
Now, I know that always gives a nice little flavorful punch to a recipe, so you spread it across.
Yes, and it really goes so well with tomatoes. And then on top of that, you put some thinly sliced ribbons of courgette. So you can use the vegetable peeler to do this, or some people call it zucchini or baby marrows, so whatever you feel like calling it on that day. And this has been marinated in a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil.
Okay.
So you put those on.
Beautiful.
Oopsie.
That already is looking
can go back into the bowl.
The 5-second rule still applied.
And then some either goat's cheese or ricotta cheese. In this case, we've got ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese doesn't have lots of flavor, so it's nice to combine it with something like the soy sauce and the basil pesto.
But maybe not packed with flavor, but lots of protein.
It's got loads of protein, yes, and whey protein, okay? And then also it's low in fat, so it's good for individuals like myself that want to watch my cholesterol and the waist size, you know?
So you can have lots and lots of it.
Yes. So this is now really a healthy pie, don't you think?
It is. And it's looking, you know, a lot more visually pleasing than a normal pie would.
And then the tomatoes go on next. So the tomatoes are already roasted and cooked. The zucchini, obviously, is needing a bit of heat.
Wow.
So that's why it's going to go back in the oven.
Okay. Okay.
So that's really simple.
I'm glad the tomatoes have kind of popped a little bit, because if you have the tomatoes freshly out the oven and then you pop them in your mouth, it could be a very ugly burn.
It can, and it can ruin tablecloths, napkins and shirts. I mean, I don't know how many times I've done that, where the whole thing explodes and it's just tomato going everywhere. Yes,
kind of, you know, Visually effect. Okay, so this would go back into the...
That goes back into the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, and then it comes out looking like that.
Then it looks like that. Oh. So what we're going to do now is dress it up a bit and make it even healthier.
Yes.
So we've got some toasted sunflower seeds here that we can sprinkle over. Mm-hmm. So just to give it an extra crunch and some more nutrients.
My, oh my.
And you can even add some rocket leaves. I'll put you can dress it on top so that it looks really fancy, but I'll put the rocket leaves on the side so that you can at least get to your sample and taste
La présentation, le très bien, beautiful. It looks like it'd be served in français. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, but I've got to...
So you've got to taste it now.
Because, yeah, this is what it's all about. It's got to taste good as well. It can't just be... you know, healthy, it's got to be tasty as well. So let's see where we're going to cut into this.
And it's just amazing to see how creative people are with recipes. I would personally never have come up with this idea because I shy away from pies and pastry, but if you add the right filling...
All right, here we go.
I see you've got lots of confidence in me taking such a big bite.
Mmm! Oh!
Okay, so that's a great
we have
start
a
to
winner! High five.
Right.
This is delicious. Wow. I can imagine entertaining guests and making them a little snack like this. They would be...
It's colourful. It's beautiful. Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant. So if you have a creative idea like this, even better, you can submit it to the Vital Health Foods Facebook page and you could be that lucky winner who gets to come and cook their recipe live here on Expresso Show. We're going to get more recipes from you.
Yes. I know where to get them.
Yes, so do that. And who knows, yes, you could be the one right here standing next to me and we could be tasting your meal. Lovely. Get some more.
For 30 Rand a year, you can subscribe to the Vitalize magazine and receive nutritional advice, fitness tips and amazing recipes. Visit vital.co.za today.